Alright, that really doesn't need to be currency. So what I'm going to do is, I can't just click on currency and get rid of the currency. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this little arrow right here. There's a little arrow under number, and I'm going to click on that little arrow, and I get a menu box that looks like this. And I'm going to go up here where it says number. I'm going to click on number in the number tab. I'm going to go down here and click OK, and it's going to change it to numbers. But I have decimal points. So I'm going to select all my numbers, and to get rid of the decimal points, above number you've got a couple of shortcuts here. You've got an increase decimal and you've got a decrease decimal. Well, we want to get rid of the decimal points, so we're going to double click it twice, and we're kind of right back to where we started right there. Hit an equal sign by the Snickers bar. I'm going to go to sheet 1. I'm going to go to total profit per item, which is $73.34, and click on it. Get my squiggly line, hit enter. I've got currency, which is good. I'm going to grab my autofill button and pull it down. Again, I get tic-tac-toe signs. Double click between the C and the D. Delete my food and drink column. Zeros there. And I've got about what my boss wants. Now all I need to do is add. Okay, so what I've done here is I've determined the number of bars sold. What I'm going to need to do is insert or take advantage of some rows here. So that's why I started out a little. Hit an equal sign in B2. Oops. Equal sign in B2. I'm going to click on sheet 1. And I'm going to go to my number of units sold header right there and click on it and get my squiggly line. That's in B2 on sheet 1. I'm going to hit enter, and I get my number of units sold. I'm going to click back on it, and I'm going to wrap the text, and then I'm going to center the text within the cell. Here we go. And then I need a equal sign, and I'm going to go to total profit per item on sheet 1. Click on it, get my squiggly line, hit enter, and it pops up in C2. I'm going to click on number of units sold, use my format paintbrush, click on the one I want to format, the cell I want to format, pull it apart a little bit, and format it. Alright, it's starting to look pretty good. Now what I need to do is insert some rows. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to insert 2 rows. And I want them inserted above the word food, which in sheet 2 is 12 and 13. So I'm going to select rows 12 and 13 by right click or by left clicking on the 12 and then dragging it down to 13. It selects both. Then I'm going to right click and go to insert, and I get 2 rows. Now what I'm going to do is add. I'm going to add the total number of candy units sold. So I want my answer in this cell right here, which is B12. You can see right here I've selected B12. Okay, so I'm not grabbing my autofill button. I'm just starting here and highlighting or selecting up because I want to add those numbers. So by selecting up, I include the numbers I want to add, and on my home tab, which I haven't really gotten off my home tab yet, I'm going to go over here. There's all the way over here. There's an auto sum button up here. It looks like a funny E. I'm going to click on that auto sum button, and it's going to put the sum of those numbers right there in that cell, $779, or 779 units, candy units sold. Now what I'm going to do is determine how much money or profit we made by doing the same thing. Where I want my answer, select or highlight up, do not grab the autofill button. Auto sum button is the funny E. We've made $300.30 off our candy items. I'm going to select these two totals. I'm going to go up to where my borders are and click on the drop down arrow, and I want this bottom one down here, top and double bottom border. I'm going to click on that, and then I'm going to make it bold, and you'll see that I have totals for candy. I don't know it's candy that much, so what I'm going to do here is go to sheet 1, click on candy, my format paintbrush, and go down here to sheet 2 and click on candy. You can do the same thing for food. And then I'll need to insert a couple of rows. Select 2, right click, insert. I want my answer here. Highlight up, auto sum button. Select here, select up, auto sum button. I'm going to select these two totals, format painter. Now things start to look pretty uniform. I can select food, format painter, format paintbrush is handy, drinks. Select up, funny E, on my answer here, select up, funny E, select here, format paintbrush, click off of it, I'm going to delete row 1, right click on the 1, delete it, make this red and bold, red and bold, thick bottom border, thick bottom border. Reduce the size so you can see it a little bit. And that's what my spreadsheet looks like so far.